Nice. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. My name's Honey Badger, and today we are going to be continuing our quote-unquote Rat Rod project. I'm super stoked to continue working on this. Kind of fell in love with the wheels, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to swap the back wheels here for 15s instead of 16s, just to kind of maybe balance it out. Maybe 14s if I really want to. But anyway, let's get this underway. And if you're also new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. If you like the video, hit the like button. Check out my other videos if you got a moment. We are, technically I don't really need to put the car in the lift just yet, but we're going to be building the engine today. So that is super fun. So we're going to go create new engine. And since we're doing a supercharged dual overhead 2 carb, that is our blueprint for today. Boom. And to make this super easy on myself, I'm going to be rotating that to the right. And then we go into building and grabbing our parts. Ooh, a V6 block. That's cool. Okay, so we need... Am I buying the right one? I feel like I wasn't gonna buy... Okay, yeah, I was definitely not about to buy the right one. Okay, so since we done that, let's go to the tuning shop. Do they have crankshafts? They do not have crankshaft. Do they have pistons? They have pistons. I did not know that. So, like most hot rods or anything, these old deuce coupes, as I call them, they have quite a lot of power. Well, this one will be no exception. It's a rat rod. It's going to have power. And a lot of power it shall have. I just think it's you can't do without it, and if it's just a little unsafe, it's a little unsafe, whatever. I mean, you gotta learn somehow, you know. Now this is like the boring part, because all I'm doing is is buying all the parts I need. And I apologize if I seem like I'm going fast. Because I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, of course I know what I'm doing. And I'm not really explaining it, because it's like, well, you guys are going to see what I'm building. And this game is pretty straightforward. So we're going to start with the engine block. Next we'll do the crankshaft, followed by are boosted, or I guess I would say they're forged pistons. So all the rod caps are done. So we're going to move on to the crankshaft bearing caps. This just kind of holds the crankshaft in place. So super simple. I feel like, no, there's only 3. Okay, well I bought 4. Oil pan. What do we got here going on? That's done. So we just need to put in the camshaft. I'll get an oil filter while I'm here. Just oil. That way I don't forget that. Don't have to do lower end of the engine anymore. So, with the lower end of the engine done, what I'll do is I will absolutely butcher that and turn it to the right, and put the engine upside down. You know, honey, that's very smart, Honey Badger. You know, trying to make your life more difficult. You know, let's go buy more tuning parts. Cam. And I got a bad habit of that. I just kind of jumped to, I want this part. Timing chain. I think it's cam gear. Cam gear. Yeah, yeah. Right here. Oh, fuck it, someone underneath. Okay. Let's, put the timing chain on. Okay, and the timing cover. Water is so great in the morning. Really gets you going. Super pump pulley. Now we just need the water pump for this guy right here. We can put the crankshaft pulley on. We can put the water pump on. Usually you wouldn't do accessory drives first, but I mean, why not? What do we got? Ooh, we can go get heads. Engine heads. What can we get for our engine heads? There we go. Apparently it doesn't like the S at the end of the word. Let's grab 2 of those. So one thing I like about this game is I think to make it more like in depth, they should add the gaskets and have like a mini game where if you don't place the gasket right, the engine leaks. Or something terrible goes wrong. But make it fair, but a mini game like that would be pretty intense. Exhaust manifold. Manifold. What is manifold? I don't know. Okay, I see the standard OVH ones. Ah, they're there. I think it's the valve covers that kind of threw me off the last time I built an engine, or this engine. It was like, it had an A and a B, and it was like, I ended up buying like the wrong valve covers like 3 times. I felt very smart, very educated in the ways of mechanics. Let's do spurt. Let's learn how to fucking type once in our life. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, next is going to be all the fucking valve push rods. I know I'm missing rockers. Just gonna work on one side of the engine, then work on the other, and then work on one side and work on back on the other, you know. How many of these I need? That was terrible English. I need 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I need 16 of these. Don't worry, guys. I know what I'm doing. 100%. I swear to you, I know what we're doing. Even rockers in this game are easier to put on in real life. You gotta get like special tools and make sure you set the top dead center correct and torque them down. I think that would be a cool feature to be able to torque things and then have a mini game for breaking bolts. That'd be painful. No one would want to play that. I wouldn't even want to play that. Oh, look, there's more valve push rods. And through the magic of YouTube, we are done. And we are now currently sitting in the menu looking for head covers. Okay, yeah, this was screwed me up last time. There is engine head cover A, which is for the driver's side, and then there's B for the passenger side. And I just said that backwards, but you guys get the point. And that just threw me off so much. I wanted to cry so deeply inside, but I couldn't understand how to compromise. That just got deep fast, and I feel like a tool for saying that. we're going to move on with our lives and continue building this wonderful engine that is going to be inside of our wonderful project. Because it is going to have a supercharger. Super. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself when I talk like that. Boom, 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 boom. Supercharger. It's like a little kid on candy. I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't think it was somewhere fun. Okay, so I need carburetors. Okay, I want to do that ignition. We're going to go into the boosted. And we're going to go egg. Because I'm lazy. We need that. We definitely need that. And I'm pretty sure we need this. And we need the rotor, because we have a boosted engine, and with the boosted we should have the right internals. We can even run most boost on stock internals. It is a very fucking clip bees. Side note, before I go into my boosted rant, so to go into that, these clip bees are the most annoying things ever. I've seen YouTubers just completely go, I haven't been able to figure it out for 20 minutes, but it's these fucking clips. And I just sit there and go, oh, lol. Everyone's got to learn someplace, somewhere, somehow. Let's go back to our fun, expensive store. Okay. We got fuel filter. Done. Coil. Done. I like how this is high power output. Alternator. Now, usually you wouldn't put these on the engine. You put them on in the car, you know, because kind of makes the most sense. And then we need a serpentine belt. And they're not in here. They are in parts belt. Belt. OVH. OHV. Jesus Christ. And then I need this one. You know, and the last time, I should say too, this is like my second recording of doing this. And the first time I did it, the goddamn thing, my computer crashed. Because I was dumb. And my drivers were out of date. Severely out of date. And, you know, it happens to it happens to the best of us. Just gonna put on this radiator fan. I think the last thing to do is the carburetor, and then we can build our clutches. And then, of course, we're going to run a custom gearbox because we are that basic. Okay. What store am I in? Oh, okay. Air scoop. And a bug catcher, as I call them. Because that's really all they do. They look cool, but really. I've never actually been a fan of these. I don't like these style of air scoops. But each your own. A lot of guys use them. Let's come to the flywheel that we're going to kind of put on so I don't have to put on with the transmission. And to do that, we need to go to tuning and go to clutch. Clutch plate, clutch pressure plate, and flywheel. That's what I came here originally for. And then we have to go here, which is weird that you can get everything but the clutch release bearing from that store. I find that a very interesting thing. Let's put the pressure plate on. I may not be able to put on the release bearing unless I like zoom in. No, I won't be able to. Okay, well this engine is completo. So we're gonna go to the engine stand, grab our engine crane, move equipment to lift, whoa, lag. A. We're gonna completely miss the option and install engine. And voila. That looks pretty tight, yo. That looks sick. That thing's gonna look mean after we're done. So let's quickly just get rid of this. And we're gonna go into, I've never actually bought anything from the gearbox or gear grip as they call it. So it's gonna be something interesting. Like there's the transmission there. Probably need to buy a drive shaft. Drive shaft. There we go. So now the car's up in the air. I'm gonna click here, click here, click here. Put on that stupid release bearing. Here we go. And I didn't buy a starter. Of course I didn't, because I'm dumb. Whoop. It's like that long swing where you have to turn around to the other axle. So that's in place. So I need a fuel tank. Let's grab the starter. Starter. V8. Probably buy a battery when I'm at it too. I have the brake servo. I don't know. I gotta do that from the engine bay. But the fuel tank I can grab now. I just like how it's kind of mounted in the trunk because it can't really, it's a mod. You can't really do era correct. That's a long reach. There we go. Fuel pump's in. So the car's like technically plumbed and everything. Well, there's not much left to do on it, really, though. I'm probably going to do another episode on the body, because I looked in the menu, and there is a lot of menu stuff for this car to go through. I will put on, just to finish this up, the brake servo, because we did the brakes. I'll put a battery in it. Bah. Just speak bah. There we go. Battery. Supercell. Supercell battery. Nice. Oh, and a radiator C. And I don't have that item. Raid. Here we go. It's the only other fucking radiator available. Okay. That looks pretty cool so far. I'm pretty stoked with how the project's coming. It reminds me of the old projects my my grandfather, well, I can't say really used to do. He still does them, but I'm pretty stoked about that, to be honest. Like, that looks sick. With the big fat tires in the back. Man, I want to build a project like this in real life, and I probably will, you know, given the chance. And that is sick. Like, I'm not a big fan of the independent suspension in the front, but I understand that this game you can't really go back to the old like bar or front torsion and everything. But so far I'm super stoked, and hopefully in the next episode we can put a body on this and send her on her way. Let's see how much it's worth now. Car status. Look at all the shit it's missing. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure I spent more than what the car's currently worth. It's only worth $29,000. What did I put into it? Let's see, about almost 30 grand just so far in building it. So that's pretty exciting. But we're gonna save this, we're gonna end it here, and in the next video we're going to finish this car and work on everything else, and I'm pretty stoked. So I hope you guys stay tuned. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you're new and you like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button and the like button. Share with your friends. Helps us out greatly, and I very much appreciate it. If you have time, check out the other videos in this series, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Until then, Honey Badger out.